All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you, just like me. All right, my buddy Craig, who is the mastermind behind the Causeway Stars, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Magic Places. Brand new album came out right before the turn of the new year. Spectacular music. If you like to dance at a swanky hotel somewhere in Sarasota, Florida, you would really dig this. Causeway Stars, named after the Sanibel Causeway. Keep those people in your thoughts and prayers over on Sanibel still. In St. James City, if you know where that is, in really rough shape still. And it's going to take months, if not years, to recover. Anyway, Craig is kind of like an Alan Parsons character. His production is just stunning. The packaging on this is just a lot of fun. Of course, it's upside down, and didn't prepare for that now, did I? And I think I broke something here. You know, those yeah, I did. I broke the little Craig, I need a new CD. No, I'm just kidding. You got to check it out. Causeway Stars, Magic Places, streaming wherever you stream great music. And if you want to buy a physical copy, go to causewaystars.com. Speaking of great stars in the world of music, Kenny Loggins has decided to call it a career, at least when it comes to being on the road. Holy crap, Batman. He's 75 years old. I don't know. This is happening a lot. I'm getting older. Everybody's getting older. And so the people we grew up listening to are deciding that, you know what? It's time to just stop doing what we have been doing now for, in this case, with Kenny, it's almost 6 decades. Kenny Loggins has announced his final tour. It's called the This Is It Tour, which makes sense because that's a song by Kenny Loggins, in case you didn't know. From January 17th, the press conference that they had, Loggins first burst on the music scene as half of the hit duo Loggins and Messina. This was actually just a press release, not a press conference. They go on to say during the time he racked up a bunch of gold and platinum albums with himself and Jimmy Messina. Yeah. All of that music that we used to hear on the radio. When's the last time you heard Angry Eyes by Loggins and Messina on any radio station? I know, it's too long to be on the radio, and there's too many different parts of the song, and it's a little bit schizophrenic, but it is, I think, my all-time favorite Loggins and Messina song. Now, there are a lot of great songs still that you'll hear by Loggins and Messina, but he really had a career with Jimmy Messina, and then he goes solo, and he's known now as the soundtrack king because these songs have aged really well, and people love, like, Danger Zone. I mean, it's become bigger and bigger every year, much like the whole Don't Stop Believin' thing, but people forget about Caddyshack, Footloose, Top Gun, and now Top Gun Maverick, which came out last year and apparently did really well. I haven't seen it yet. It's been an amazing journey, starting with Jimmy Messina in 1971. And I'm fortunate to have had such a long touring career, Loggins says. I don't see this as the end of my professional career, but certainly a halt to the grind of major touring. He stresses that there was no overarching reason to say farewell to touring, other than after spending a lifetime on the road, I want to have more time at home. Okay, he's 75, so that makes sense to me. It's still kind of sad. By the way, Kenny Loggins has sold over 25 million albums, thanks to big hits such as I'm All Right, Footloose, Danger Zone, and of course, This Is It. Loggins and Messina, I'm sure you know a lot of these songs. House at Pooh Corner, Love Song, Danny's Song, which is such a brilliant tune. Your Mama Don't Dance, which of course became a big hit for Poison, and the rock radio favorite, which has been forgotten about by rock radio, his duet with Steve Perry called Don't Fight It. I just don't know why that song isn't on the radio anymore. Anyway, he goes on to say, I'll be playing songs that I feel sum up the emotional story of my music. This will include 90% of the hits and about 10% deep cuts. Good for him. I like it when an artist will play deep cuts. It's a bold thing to do these days. And, you know, you see the people running to get their $18 beer and to head to the bathroom and to buy a t-shirt and so forth. But you know what? I don't know. I'd be there for the deep cuts. I want to hear something different because I've been hearing these songs, the big hits, over and over again. And you know what? Kenny Loggins is one of those guys who's fared pretty well when it comes to focus testing. There are a few songs like Forever, which came out in the 80s. That's him and David Foster. Could have been a song by Chicago. It's such an amazing song vocally for Kenny Loggins. And of course, David Foster pulls out all the stops as far as the bombast and the drama. And it might just be that the song is too big sounding on the radio. I don't know, but I've always loved that song. The ending is so big and climactic, and I just don't hear it anymore. It's too bad. But yeah, most of Kenny's stuff is still around, and he's singing well for his age. I've heard some stuff recently, and he sounds really good. So if you're a yacht rock person, see, when they've thrown Kenny into the yacht rock category, because yeah, he's got some, but like that 80s material, that's not yacht rock. This is it. Yeah, that's yacht rock. Whenever I Call You Friend, Stevie Nicks, by the way, in that song. Yeah, that's yacht rock, but not all of his stuff is. Anyway, here is some legitimate yacht rock from start to finish. Causeway Stars, Magic Places. You might want to have, you know, your dancing shoes around for this. Seriously, I don't dance. And if I did, I would dance to this, though, because this is good stuff. And you should check it out. Causeway Stars, Magic Places, Craig Higgins, sorry. Just really, really great production work by him, and the packaging. This is what, you know, a CD should look like when it arrives, because then you're like, oh man, what's inside of this? This is going to be great. And it is. So again, thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like I always say. The boring part of the video here. Hit the bell for notifications. Patreon for just $1 a month. And YouTube memberships. Holy crap, Batman. YouTube memberships over there for $2.99. We've got a few folks joining. Eventually, I'm going to think about maybe doing members-only video content. Wow, that'll be exciting, right? I still think they'll censor me if I want to talk about certain things, but we'll figure it out. We'll do something a little sort of off the record, off the cuff, what I think about something, and then members only at that point, and maybe starting in March or so. We want to build up a bit of a following there before I launch into videos specific to that community. In any event, people, thanks for being here. I do appreciate it every single day. And of course, I will see you soon.